Hey guys, welcome back. First off, this is a sponsored review. The nice folks at D-Lumina were kind enough to send me 3 pairs of these LED reverse backup lights. And these are them right here. They're going for $26 a pair. And right now they've got 114 ratings of 4.5 star. And they also sent me 2 packs of these 194 LED bulbs. And these are them right there. They're going for $11 for a pack of 10. And these have 26 4.5 star ratings. And these have various applications on the interior, like the dome light, the footwell lighting, the glove box lighting, and the license plate lighting. And they've also got them in every color of the rainbow too. So at the end of this review video, I'm going to be giving away 1 pair of these reverse lights and 2 packs of these interior 194 bulbs. So I recommend you skip to the last chapter of this video called Giveaway Rules, and there you'll learn how to win them. So you don't need to watch any of this garbage. So first, I'd like to go over some of the claimed specifications, and then I want to go over some of the things like current testing and heat testing. Based on those 2 things, I can usually find out if a bulb is any good and if they're going to last. And I've also got some power hooked up. I'll give you a little a demonstration of what they look like. So let me give you a shot of what these bulbs look like. So these are the reverse lights, and I'm sure you're all familiar with this part. This is the plug, the 3156, 3157 part. But what looks a little bit different is they're on a cord right here, and they've got this big, huge aluminum heat sink to get all this heat away from the bulb. And this is a very interesting design. It's basically looks like all of the LED headlights that I've tested before, and these things are just about as bright as the headlights I usually test. And they've got this really nice universal silicone ring here that fits in the socket in your light fixture. And they've got 2-sided chips right here. And just to show you what it's replacing, this is the factory 3156 bulb out of my Crown Vic, and I'm sure you're all familiar with this guy. So getting into the specifications, these things were released in January 20th of this year, so they've been out for about 10 months. They've got that big, huge aluminum heat sink to get away, to dissipate all this extra heat. One thing I do like about these is the driver is built in. There's no external driver, so I really like that. And again, they've got 2-sided CSP LED chips. The color temperature is 6,000 degrees Kelvin, so that it's a pure white light. There's absolutely no bluish tint. And these bulbs are rated at 21 watts per bulb, and my current measure, I measured these at 27 watts, so these are actually putting out more power than what is claimed, so that's kind of nice. I've never had that before. And these claim to be 4 times as bright as a halogen bulb, and I'm going to say that's true to spec. And these also claim to be CANBus compliant, and what that means is if you have a newer car that has a bulb out warning message, these will not trigger that message because they pull an equivalent amount of current. And these are not polarity sensitive, so that's really nice because no matter which way you stick them in the socket, they're going to work. And one thing that caught my eye is these have a 5-year warranty. I've never seen that before on any LED bulb in this price range. They're usually 1 year. And I confirmed that with the manufacturer. In order to get that warranty, you've got to email them your warranty claim, and they request that you send photographs of the defective bulb. So that's pretty nice. And how I can think that they're able to give a 5-year warranty on this product is because, you know, LED headlights, you know, those are used probably 1 or 2 hours a day based on your commute. But I was thinking, how long do you put your car in reverse when you're backing out of a parking space? Probably not more than 10 seconds. So that's why I think they're able to offer such a long warranty on these bulbs. So that's really nice. I like that. Okay, so getting into my current draw testing, I test it with my Fluke multimeter here. And I test at 12.6 volts. And the first thing I do is I like to get a baseline measurement on the halogen bulb, which is this guy right here. And I measured 2.1 amps. And this is what I'm getting out of the LEDs. 2.0, 2.1, 2.1, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.1. So that tells me that these bulbs are that it usually indicates they're using good quality materials and they have a good quality control process, because a lot of these bulbs, when I test them in large numbers like this, I'll usually have a flyer. One will either underperform or one will overperform, and that usually indicates a defective bulb. What I like to see is I like to see them all stay equal or all the same, right in the same range. And so they pass my current draw testing. I really like that. And the next test I do is I let them run and I shoot them with my infrared pyrometer here, and I'll put my results up on the screen. You can pause this. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for all of the bulbs to heat up in a fashion where they're all the same, where they're all performing at the same time. And I did a 5-minute heat test. I started at 70 degrees Fahrenheit with an ambient temperature. And after 5 minutes, this is kind of a torture test, they got as high as 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And that may sound really high, but again, these are reverse lights and they're only designed to be on for maybe 10 or 20 seconds. So all 6 bulbs survived the test, and they're all increasing in temperature at a same predictable rate. So once again, that tells me that these things are in control of the heat they're producing, and they're able to dissipate that heat properly. And again, that tells me they're using good quality components and they have good quality control in their manufacturing process. Okay, so let me give you a little demonstration on how bright these things are. So first I'll show you the factory halogen bulb, and I'm going to put a diffuser on here to diffuse the light to try to get it, or to try to simulate it being in a reverse light housing. So oh, I've got to connect the power. Okay, here we go. So this is what the factory halogen bulb looks like. I don't want to let that run too long because it'll get hot. And this will be the LED. Now you can see just how amazingly bright these things are. These are 4 times as bright based on looking at them and using them in my car. Geez, these things are bright. Okay, so let me get into the pros and cons, and then we'll talk about the other bulbs. Okay, so my first pro for this is these things are dang bright. They're 4 times as bright as the OEM factory halogen. They've got a good color temperature. They're a pure white with no bluish tint. They have adequate heat dissipation, and based on my current draw testing and my heat testing, I say they have good materials and workmanship and good quality control. And the warranty is, if you're getting these from Amazon, of course, You have a 30-day cash refund policy, and if these things fail out of or after the 30 days, you've got a five-year replacement warranty through the manufacturer, and you've got to email them photos of the defect. And as far as cons, I've only got one, and that's the price. $26 for 2 bulbs seems kind of high, but considering the amount of light you get out of these things, I think they're a value. And again, I'll put the warranty email address down below in the description box. All right, so now let's talk about these 194 bulbs. This is the pack they come in right here. Oh, and they even come with a pry tool. That's pretty neat. And then let me give you a close-up of what the bulb looks like. And these things are 3-sided. It's got a chip on this side, it's got a chip on the top, and it's got a chip on the back. So it's got 3 LED chips. And this is, excuse me, and this is the bulb that it's replacing, the 194168 halogen bulb. So let me get into the claim specifications, and then I'll give you a little demonstration with the power and the same pros and cons. So these were released in April 16th of 21, so they've only been out about 6 months. They've got 3 3030 SMD chips, and they claim to be 3 times as brighter than halogen, but I'm going to say based on what I'm seeing, these are only about 2 times as bright as halogen. And they claim to be 2 watts per bulb, and what I've measured is 1.4 watts per bulb. Color temperature is white 6000 K, and I think that's true to spec. There's no bluish tint. And these are not polarity sensitive, and again, that's real nice because depending on, or it doesn't matter which way you put it in the fixture, it's going to light up. And these have a 1-year warranty. And so here's my current draw testing. I test at 12.6 volts, and the very first one I test is the halogen to get a baseline, and those are 250 milliamp. And these are the 20 bulbs right here. You can pause that, and these run around 110 milliamps, so just about less than half of what a halogen is. And again, the reason why I test the current draw on all these bulbs is because if I get one that's much higher or much lower, that can indicate a malfunction or a defective bulb. And if you look at all these readings, they're all pretty close, 109, 110, 111. So that tells me they're using good quality materials, and they have a good quality control process. And then I do a heat test again with my infrared pyrometer, and this time I did a 15-minute heat test. And after 2 minutes, these things heat up to 144 degrees Fahrenheit, and at 15 minutes they didn't get any hotter. They tapped out, or they peaked out at 144 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think that's going to be acceptable, and I don't think these things are going to burn out from overheating themselves. Okay, so let's get into pros. These things are inexpensive. They're only about $1.10 per bulb. They're 2 times brighter than a halogen. They've got good color temperature, pure white, no bluish tint. They've got adequate heat dissipation, and they've got good materials and workmanship and good quality control. And you get a 30-day cash refund policy through Amazon, and after 30 days you get a 1-year replacement warranty through the manufacturer. And again, you've got to email the photos. And as far as cons, I'm going to say they're only 3-sided chips. I would prefer to have a 5-sided chip. And what I mean by that is I would prefer to have a chip on this side and one on this side. But of course that's going to increase the cost probably double. So for this price range, I'm going to say that's adequate, but I would like to see them chips on either side. And so that'll give it a better light distribution and an even diffusion of light. Alright, let me show you how bright these things are. So first I'll show you the halogen. And again, I'll use a little coffee creamer cup to diffuse the lighting to show you what it'll, or to better represent what it's going to look like in a fixture. And now let me show you the LED. And that's what it'll look like. So you can see there's one LED on the top, and then you've got a LED right here. And if I turn it sideways, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe you can see there's a little dark spot right here, and that's because there's no LED on this side. So I would have really preferred to have an LED chip here. And when I turn it sideways, then you can see it goes hot spot, dark spot, hot spot. All right. Okay, so that's it for the review. Now let's talk about these giveaway rules. Okay, so the giveaway, I'm going to give away one pair of these reverse backup lights, and I'm going to give away 2 packs. So 20 total bulbs of these interior bulbs. And that'll have a giveaway prize value of 48 bucks. So the first rule is you must leave a comment on this video. Number 2, you must own a Panther car that uses the 3156 reverse light bulbs. Number 3, you must email me 5 widescreen photos, no vertical photos, of your car and US shipping address within 12 hours of the winner notification video. Number 4, you must have a current Panther car related video on your channel, no older than 30 days, in 1080p HD, 16:9 widescreen, no black bars, no vertical video, and comments enabled. And if you have a privacy concern, send me an email to request an exemption. And last but not least, I apologize, but I request you pay the United States Postal Service 2-day priority shipping cost of $10.30 via PayPal. And that's because my channel is not monetized and I earn $0 making these terrible videos. And the winner will be chosen live on camera during a random, or with a random comment picker 24 hours after this video is posted. And I'll also choose 9 alternate winners just in case the person doesn't want the item or doesn't want the prize, they're not eligible, or they want to pass it on to the next guy. All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.